Sunday, Pat Sullivan from Sullivan Hardware and Garden stops by with some great advice. With the 4th of July just a few days away, he's got some tips on making sure your grills are ready to go.
Well, the 4th of July is coming up on Thursday, and so it's going to be a big festive week. And I always think this is probably one of the most dangerous holidays because, you know, we're all fired up. You got fireworks, you've got doing a lot of grilling out. And so you just have to, you want to have fun, but you also want to be careful. So today we're going to focus on grills, getting the grill ready for the big holiday. And first I will do this because I want to start, this is the most important. If you don't hear anything else, when you start a gas grill, most of them have like a little igniter switches on them, open the hood. That's the most important thing you're going to learn today, because when you leave it like that and you turn the knobs on and all of a sudden the battery's not working or it's not catching, the gas is building up in there, and all of a sudden when it does ignite, you can get a little explosion. So always do that. Try to light it maybe 15 seconds. If it doesn't light, turn everything off. Wait for a couple minutes, let it clear, and try it again. Very important. The other thing when you're grilling, like to get ready, every grill has a grease trap, and this is the Weber right here. So it goes down. This needs to be cleaned because it cakes up with grease and it can catch on fire. And when you have the fire's rolling out the back. So make sure you clean that. And it doesn't matter whether it's a Weber, whatever it has, there is a grease trap like that. So make sure you clean it off. As far as cleaning the grids themselves, same thing. If they're caked with grease, they can catch on fire. So there's different ones. This is what has always been the wire brush, but of course it's been under attack the last few years because somebody got a wire stuck in their stomach or something. So there's fiber bristles that are around. There's also, this is wood, I didn't unwrap it. It's called the scrape. It's a wood scrape, and you actually just scrape it off. So that's a safe one too. If you have a propane grill, this is more of make sure you don't run out of propane. So probably the best thing to do is to have 2 tanks. So the second tank can sit there, and when you run out, you use everything, and then you put and it'll kind of pay for itself. Because what we always do, big weekend coming up, we go, if you're in exchanging a tank, you might be giving back a quarter or a half of a tank of gas. So the key with this one, you want to make sure that when you put it upright like that in the car. So you don't want to lay it over, because if it would happen to open up, you'll get liquid and then it can overwhelm your vehicle. As far as the weight of it, it's 38 pounds full. It's 20 pounds or 18 pounds empty. All right. So that 20 pounds is gas. So you can set it on a scale and kind of figure out how much gas is in there, whether it's half tank, 3/4 tank, or it's a quarter tank. The Komodo grills, like the Big Green Egg, just cleaning the grids and the outside and keeping everything clean is a good idea. When you start, remember this when we were all kids, the charcoal lighter? Who wants to spray that petroleum on your charcoal? So these are really cool. They work really well. It's a chimney. You put the charcoal in there, put a couple sheets of newspaper, you light it, put it on the ground, and in a couple minutes you have hot coals and ready to go. And lastly, or a couple last thing, if you're using an old kettle grill, make sure that the legs aren't rusted out, because you load it with charcoal and all of a sudden it collapses and hot coals go everywhere. And the last thing, you bring the meat out on this plate, take it back on this one. Got it? Have a great